So said our legendary founder, Shri Dhirubhai Ambani. It's a one-man vision, and Arcom is today a true testimonial of living that dream. Over the course of the next couple of minutes, I'm going to take you through where we started and where we are, how do we see the business going forward, and what's the opportunity for us to enhance our market position. Well, over the period of 6 years, starting from providing the basic telephony to now becoming an integrated player, it's been a remarkable journey for the very short span of 6 years. We started with CDMA, we added on to GSM, expanded our enterprise business, expanded our global franchise, the subsea cable business, took on to the digital TV, and then IPTV, and went into two very critical areas of our business which supports the core of telephony, the expansion of our passive infrastructure, the Infratel business, and expansion of our data center business, because the future is going to be video hungry and it's going to demand a lot of space. What are our inherent strengths that we have built over the span of the 6 years are a dual technology play. Today we have the CDMA and a GSM, which spans from 1X, HSD, 2G, and goes on to 3G. What it means is not to us is an ability to provide different variety of suite of services and products to our customers across the pop strata, geography, and the income section. We started with CDMA, we established our data leadership. I'm sure all of you are familiar with NetConnect. And that gives us a solid foundation to take that journey forward as we go into the 3G and the 2G play. The 3G circles that we acquired, the 13 of the circles, come with the two very prized position circles of Mumbai and Delhi. That's where the large potential and early mover advantage resides. More importantly, we picked up these spectrum areas covering our 900 megahertz circles. As you would know, 900 does deliver a superior delivery or efficient delivery over the capex deployed. By doing so, we moved into becoming an integrated telco, so now we can take up a segmented play as we approach the market. And we also added another very important, which is the fiber, the backhaul to our system, which is currently about 200,000 kilometers. Someone said that spectrum and the fiber is a deadly combination, works like a rocket fuel to the data growth as we go into the future. In a way, what I'm trying to say to you is that we built something in the 6 years that today either the telcos are struggling after 10 years to put together or have taken more than 10 years to put it together. Broadly classify our business at Arcom into the 4 sections, the wireless being CDMA, GSM, and 3G. The Reliance tower business, which is today a comparable business to the best in class in the world being Crown Castle or American Tower. Our business of global and enterprise, which competes head-on with the global majors like BT and the AT&T, and our foray into DTH, with providing the world-class service equivalent to the players like DirecTV in the world. What has this given to us, and what have we delivered over a period of time? It's nice to put the structure and the infrastructure, but what has it delivered? Look at the scale that we have delivered in the last 6 years. Our consumer base is 15 times up, 10 million to 150 million. Our tower portfolio is up from 15,000 towers to 50,000 today, integral to the growth, geographic reach of the business. Fiber, which is like a rocket fuel to the data growth in the future, 140,000 kilometers to now 200,000 kilometers. Our retail presence, we now serve and touch over 1 million outlets in the market. That's a huge geographical reach and a presence for the Reliance as a brand. And data speeds, which started with 144 kbps about a couple of years ago, have now moved on to 21 Mbps and threatening to move up to 42 Mbps as we move in the future. All of this investment we put ahead of time, really realizing or visualizing what is going to come in the future, the tsunami of data, the data-led growth that will happen in this business in the future. So much of our investment is gone in setting up that core infrastructure, building a modern retail franchise, building a brand that is vibrant and it's something that connects with the youth, building a robust IT and the billing systems, and a modern customer care. All of the investments have gone into these areas ahead of its time, now really set for a profitable exponential growth as we go forward in the future. And we do not see much of the capital outlay as we go in the future, but for the areas of maintenance and capacity expansion to continue to generate positive cash flows. All right, so what's the future? Future is data. And I'm going to take you through a couple of slides to bring about a semblance on that thinking. All of you will remember it took a couple of years before the voice telephony took over. As the tariffs fell, affordability increased, the handset prices came down, and the geographic reach increased, voice telephony took up exponentially. But it did struggle in the initial period. The data is today going through a similar story curve. We have just been over a year with the 3G in the market. We are very hopeful that data will follow a similar curve as we have seen in voice, or maybe a curve shorter than what the voice has followed. This is set to grow exponential, as we have seen in the every developed markets in the USA and Europe. It's evident, if you look at the statistics that are emerging, gone were the days when 100% of the internet traffic was carried through desktops. Today, the ratio of the traffic carried on the internet through desktop and mobile phones has already reached 50-50, and the mobile is threatening to cross over the desktop or the PC or the laptop internet traffic. This is a good news for the business. In a country where 95% of Indians ever made their first call through a mobile phone, it is safe to assume that as many Indians will access internet also through a wireless handheld device. This augurs well for all the investments that we have put in the business. There are various estimates on how the data will explode. All the estimates in the past have been proven wrong by the consumer offtake. This is a study that we picked up which says anywhere between 10 to 12 times the data growth can be expected in the near immediate future, which is next 3 years, or up to 1,000 times than the data traffic today in the next 7 to 8 years. Well, only time will tell how Indians will prove this wrong as the statistics. It's coming with a certain reason. It's just not a statistics. Earlier, we had mainframe, mini computers, PCs, and the laptops to consume internet or the bandwidth. Today, the world has completely changed. It is smartphones, it's Kindle, the e-reader, the book readers, the tablets, the gaming zones. I mean, you look at it, or it's being connected to the cars, the fleet, the Internet of the Things, as they call it. Anything that you can visualize can be connected through a SIM or an internet connection will be connected in the future. So scope is really wide, and all this will be the bandwidth-hungry propositions in the future. Rightly so for this country. As I rightly said, the internet penetration today is only at 10%. But the good news is, it's growing at a very whopping rate of 38% compounded growth annually. There are only 121 million Indians who use internet today. But we have close over 900 million connections. This means there is a huge opportunity yet to be tapped, which will come with the network expansion, which we have done, with the expansion of the phones, the prices coming down, and the tariffs, which are already rationalized. We expect that we are sitting on a curve which should take us into the journey where we started investing ahead of time in our infrastructure in. Who is going to consume it? It augurs very well for this country because 50% of the Indians are below 25 years of the age. This is internet generation. They are going through this transition. We have generation of kids who haven't seen a desk phone, who won't even recognize what a black color phone, when you dial, gives you an eerie sound. They haven't gone through. There are kids who haven't even gone to the bank. They all do their transactions on the internet. They do all their recharging on the internet. They go and do the shopping in the market, physical, identify the brand, come back on the internet and order because it's cheaper. So there is a generation which is going to fuel this growth. And that's a young India, as we call as temple of youth. And certainly, the reasons of affordability, convenience, anytime, anywhere, access will fuel this growth further. 2G only could do as much, emailing, just the surfing. But 3G brings the opportunity of video. The clear difference between 2G and 3G is, with 2G, the phone was here, and in 3G, the phone comes in front of you. It's the screen that becomes suddenly more powerful. And that brings a lot of opportunity for an integrated telecom player like us to offer services to excite consumers and to build franchise on. We believe India is a very diverse country. Every 100 miles you travel, the cultural, the eating habits, the language, the dialect changes. On the one side, it's a diversity. On the other side, it's an operator's challenge that how do you bundle in the vernacularity of our Indian market into our business. We believe if you crack the code of serving content and serving people, helping people access internet through the vernacular route, you can lead an exponential growth in this sector. And that is something RCom is going to work on. Is it essential that the best of the services available today in the market, be in education or a healthcare, be available only to those who live in the urban cities? Every 100, 200 miles you travel out of Mumbai, you will see the core infrastructure dropping massively, be it education, be it healthcare. But broadband gives the opportunity to bridge that gap. Now a super specialty doctor can visit a community through the broadband. Now, the best of the professors from IIT and IIM can get down on the broadband and teach people in the distant locations. I think it's going to create new business models. It's going to enhance quality of life. The broadband is going to give everyone an equal opportunity to live in this information age. The market today, for whatever we have done on 1X, HSD, and 2G Edge, and 1 year of 3G is telling us the shift that's happening in the consumption. Today, consumers consume internet largely for browsing and the social networking, followed by video. But we have clear examples of the world market where video carries over 50% of the traffic on the internet, on the operator's network. The US is a great example where YouTube and the Netflix combined together is a 50% of the traffic. And future isn't going to stop here. The extension, the ability of the broadband to deliver services around mobile commerce, banking, education, healthcare, e-governance, participate in the government's agenda, in sum put together, offers a huge business opportunity for the infrastructure that we have laid. We estimate that the data market alone, which is about 7,000 crore today, is going to grow exponentially to a 33,000 crore over the next 5 years. So 30,000 crore nearly additional or 25,000 crore additional is going to come only through the data revenue growth. The question is, are you prepared to participate in this growth and take the lead share? Yes, because we have already led the data market and we have over 20% share in this market. Our aim is to consolidate leadership based on all the investments that we have put in ahead of time. Why will we do it? We'll do it because we have 150 megahertz of a broadband spectrum. If you look at across 3G and CDMA versus all the other older players, we are best positioned to deliver this in the market. We have already taken this to 1,300 odd towns in terms of 3G and the HSD presence. We today deliver mobile internet to over 20,000 towns across the nation and expanding. We have set up this network. Though it looks like a busy chart, but I'll try to explain. It's very simple. We have set up a network which is built for the internet. If you look at, you access our network through any device, 3G, 2G, HSD, 1X. We take you through an internet protocol layered network, through a packet core which harmonizes all the experience and gives you a super Ethernet highway to access internet. It's at the click of the button that it takes you onto the landing page that you want to. More importantly, the sites that you most often visit, we cache it. We cache it for you on our network so that you don't have to go through the signal of the browsing on your screen. It comes directly hitting on the screen. We have invested all this money in the infrastructure, learning great examples across the world, set it up ahead of time because in internet era, in a data-led era, consumer experience will count the most. How will we deliver it? We already have over 5,000 corporate accounts and counting more, 500,000 or 5 lakh retail outlets which stock and sell wireless products. We touch over 5,000 IT stores, the stores which sell the IT products, over 1,000 modern chain of stores which are set up in the departmental stores or in the malls as you will call it. We have a strong 6,000 people feet on street which goes and does selling door to door or a home selling based on the lead. These are the people who are selling data products for us today, and we will strengthen this portfolio to increase our home wallet share of the business as we go forward. And we have, to tap it all, 900 strong retail stores of our own, which deliver a superlative experience on a daily basis. This will not be enough if you do not have a partnership in two more critical areas, devices and your app applications are key. Applications are bandwidth hungry, and they are good news for revenue. So we went ahead and signed up with Android. 70% of the handsets sold in India are Android. We give them a preferred plan. When you buy an Android and take a Reliance connection, there is a preferred data plan for you. We have ever seen a surge of Android handsets coming on the phone ever since we started this relationship with Android, which is exclusive with us for the 2 years. We will continue to do so, forging further relationship with the handset makers. We already have Nokia, Samsung, LG, and Sony Ericsson with us, and we are exploring furthermore the other high-value, high-regarded brands as we go forward. But this won't be enough unless you also conclude the app economy or participate in that or participate in the innovation layer of the app economy. So we today have preferred relationship with brands like Facebook, WhatsApp, Viber, Google, and counting more. As we go forward, you will hear more from us because we believe it's integral to our delivering a smart suite of products and services to our consumers. If 50% of India is below 25 years of age, if they are going through this transition of the internet-led age, it is but important that their way of doing things are different. This is a DIYers, as they call it. This is a DIY generation, do-it-yourself generation. It's very important to upgrade your systems and processes to cater to this generation. I'm glad to share with you that we've gone ahead and set up a most superior on the web, online, self-care, self-help system that exactly caters to this class of consumers. We believe this is an integral part in delivering a seamless, good consumer experience. Not falling short on this, we will further continue to consolidate our relationship and synergies with our group companies. These are all good properties which can overpower the screen. BigAdda.com, BigFlix, Zapak.com, Big Cinema, Big FM, Big Pictures. All this is a business of eyeballs and the footfalls. I think that's what matters when you try to seize the world from a small screen, narrow band, to a large screen. I think we are going to overpower the entire suite of screens that a consumer can possibly own, either in the hand, or in the bag, or at the home watching television, or hitting the screen and watching a movie in the theater. So in summary, the data market is slated to grow exponentially. We are at the inflection point. In the last 6 months, we have seen a good amount of takeoff happening in the 3G business. Reliance has got a built for the internet network. I think this is very critical. We've invested ahead of time in a network only visualizing the data tsunami that will hit us. And we strongly believe this will help us consolidate the position of RCOM in revenue market share and profitability. We will deliver innovative products and services, participating in the ecosystem of handset and the app makers. And we will be taking, as a company, an early mover advantage when it comes to the new and emerging business streams, be it mobile commerce, mobile banking, education, healthcare, and maybe the Internet of Things, which is what we call machine-to-machine applications, used mostly in the fleet, automobiles, et cetera, et cetera. Thank you. Now I invite my colleague, Mr. Puneet Garg, to take this forward.
Good afternoon and namaskar. Global enterprise business. Olympics. I'm sure all of you have enjoyed and all of you have seen the inaugural of that. It's Reliance, your own company, which brought it to India and taken it to 27 countries across the globe. And we are very proud that we have also the medal winner in Olympic, and this is all what you saw in India was on Reliance network. Not only sports, but we bring all kinds of entertainment across the globe and also in India. When we see movies on internet, whether it is on YouTube, BigFlix, or Netflix, all of this comes on Reliance network, and we enable those sites and we power up those sites to bring the sheer entertainment to you in your hands, in your bedrooms, and in your living rooms. All of this is enabled, which I'm sure many of you are not aware that this Reliance network, which connects almost 27 countries, is as large as when you take the fiber 7 times across the earth. It is 287,000 kilometers. And we carry 12% of world's data on our network. It is 12% of world's data which we carry. And we serve almost 90% of world population. And it's just not India and China where we're counting all the countries where we serve. In order to give you an interruption-free experience, we also connected one more cable between Egypt, Cyprus, and India, and we also enabled entire Mediterranean region with India directly to enjoy a direct link with those countries, which will help us in not only taking the entertainment and sports up there, but also in our businesses as that area is coming up very fast. In our subsea business or in our submarine cable, we continue to grow. We also connected, as we see, booming Iraq, which is coming up very fast. A lot of business opportunities as we read. Iraq is also directly on our map, and not only that, it's connected directly to India. Iraq is now directly connected to 46 other countries on Reliance map, and enabling Iraqis to do business better all over. And this completes our journey in Middle East to connect the last country which was left out. So now Reliance is the only company which connects all of Middle East on its network, and all of them are directly connected from India. Gurdeep talked about fiber network. This fiber network in India is almost 2 lakhs kilometers, but not only that, we have used fiber also to connect 11.6 lakhs buildings, whether they are home or offices, and they are being directly served by us in 44 countries. We also have to take care of this data tsunami, our data centers. We have 9 data centers and almost 14 lakhs square feet of hosting space there to meet the boom which we are seeing coming through Facebook, like social networking sites, or the video download like YouTube, which you enjoy every now and then when you go on internet surfing. Some of the services which we have, and we have been servicing all of our B2B segment, which is whether it is larger businesses or SMEs or SOHO, and that's where we offer video conferencing and audio conferencing right from your tables wherever you are, and it doesn't matter whether you are on wireline or wireless. You can use these services either way. You have data centers, and I think the buzzword which we call it is cloud computing, which is very much Reliance is offering and enabling, and want to enable all of its small and medium enterprises, which so far thought that getting SAP or any of those big software is difficult. They all are available now at a very minimal price. So the entry barrier has been lowered significantly, enabling all the SOHOs and SMEs across India. These are some of our customers in different segments. We have specialized our applications and services in each and every segment of B2B space, and we have biggest of the big name in India, as well as we are, and it is your own company, Reliance, is among the top 10 companies across the globe. So we really come across when we go out of India, whether it is in US, Europe, or Australia, we have the biggest name over there, and all of you, since you trade your shares, aware of New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. So like you have BSE and NSE terminals here, we are one of the 2 providers who serve New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ, even in US, and enable that millions of traders across US. There are thousands and hundreds of thousands, I should say in the lakhs, students are going to US, Europe to study, and we have, I should say 20 or 30 lakhs of our Indians living over there. And I'm very proud that Reliance has enabled this link with India and 14 other countries, enabling that. What probably you do not know, that when your brothers, sisters, or your children are going to US and Europe, you can actually, from here, enable them to call back home, and you can buy that service right here in India in Indian rupees, going on directly on internet, and as soon as they land in US, they can use any phone to call back home at the cheapest rate or unbelievable rate which you get there sitting in India. That way, you also enable them every month, as part of their pocket money incentive to call you back home. But not only that, that you can call from there to India, you can call from there anywhere in the world. But all enabled out of India by your own company, Reliance. Today we have 25 lakhs customers in US happily using this service for last 6 years. For Data Tsunami, we are investing in one of the largest data center, which is being built in Mumbai. The total area of this would be 3,60,000. And we always say that it is fully invested. And what I mean by fully invested, before even this data center is ready, we have already signed a very large customer, which we announced some time ago, like HDFC Bank, which is a 1,400 crore contract that itself is funding a lot in terms of building this data center. And as we get more and more customers for it, that's what becomes profit for the company and enables the new wave of cloud computing and Data Tsunami. We really look at that with the fiber, with the data centers, with the whole array of customers. I think what we have is now that we are at the lower end of the curve to see that we can grow much faster. An enterprise market with the support of cloud computing and data is going to grow by 50,000 crore in next 3 years. So the real opportunity for us is 50,000 crore of new revenue which will come out of this market. And in this enterprise market, we are already leader with almost 28% of market share. So that's the opportunity for your own Reliance in this market space to capture. Regulatory usually becomes concern when we read in newspaper that now there is coming the renewal of licenses, or there is going to be a spectrum auction. And I just thought that this is an important issue which we should say. I think all you should know that in our C category circles, which are typically Northeast, West Bengal, Bihar, etc., their licenses would be due for renewal only after 3 years. But when we talk about industry and some of the older GSM players, in their licenses are getting due, especially for A category circles, which is like Delhi, Bombay, in next 2 years. And what it means that for us, there is no financial outlay, there is no financial expenses in next 3 years, but for all of them, industry estimates are they would end up spending 60 to 70,000 crore in renewing these licenses, which are just getting due in next 2 years. I'm sure some of you have heard about spectrum redistribution, which is popularly known as refarming. And what it is simple that 900 megahertz is considered to be more efficient than 1800 megahertz band, and all you can say the old GSM players have 900 megahertz, plenty of that. Government is has planning to reallocate 900 spectrum, and in that place they will allocate 1800 megahertz. What this means? This means that as far as Reliance is concerned, Reliance only has that 900 spectrum, which is in C circles. But all of other players have in all over India, almost all over. And industry estimates are that they have to spend close to 1,25,000 crores of money in this refarming and getting this spectrum. For Reliance, it's going to be minuscule and not much, since we are in the C-grade circles. Also, in the past in media, you have heard about the excess spectrum, that some of, when I should say that there used to be free spectrum available along with the license and with the older GSM players. Government has decided to charge excess spectrum beyond the prescribed limits, whomever has this, and that means that for the older players, that is a 15,000 crore further outlay for them just to, for the excess spectrum. And Reliance doesn't hold any excess spectrum, hence there is no cash outflow for us. Earlier this year, all of you have read that Honorable Supreme Court has cancelled 122 licenses on February 2nd, 2012, and cancelled licenses also include some of the older players and lot many new players. I want to once again reassure you that none of the RCOM licenses are affected by this. Our journey ahead as Reliance Communication, we are fully invested, whether it is our mobile network, whether it is our fiber network, or it is data center network, and we are ready for our second wave of wire-free India, which would be led by data growth. We are also ready, as part of that, to enable all of our business community with cloud computing and making their entry cheaper, which is like never before. So they would find that automation and connectivity is going to be, as everyone says, mantra of the business, but mantra of their success. RCOM is free cash flow positive, and it will remain free cash flow positive for coming years as well. Hence, in a nutshell, we have a big opportunity also to unlock our shareholder value through our tower and subsea assets. And as the times are appropriate, we would proceed with that. Now is the time to talk about some of our CSR initiatives. And in CSR initiative, we are proudly associated with Kokila Dhirubhai Ambani Hospital and Medical Research Institute, which has been functioning in your own city since 2009. It is one of the world-class facilities, only of its kind, where we really take care, I would say in Western India. It's one of the first comprehensive children health center. We have 10 lakh square feet of space there with 750 beds, 180 ICU beds, which is largest in Mumbai, and of course 42 dialysis beds. We also have world-class level 1 accident and emergency center, which is fully equipped. We also have Da Vinci minimum invasive operation, robotic surgery center as part of KDH. And in our talents, we have full-time 200 doctors 24/7 employed by the hospital. And of course, a large pool of nurses and technicians to make it very successful and safe and enjoyable for everyone over there. A lot of other initiatives by hospital itself in terms of health camps and touching 30,000 young lives through that. And of course, a lot of camps across the housing society and almost covering over 5,000 families over there. With this, I thank our visionary chairman for this wire-free India, which would be the data wave in future. Thank you.